Hello mga kamaniwise! Welcome back to my channel. Marami ngayon ang gustong matutong mag-invest sa stock market. At maraming nagtatanong kung paano ba mag-build ng dividend portfolio. In this video, pag-uusapan natin how to build a dividend portfolio for beginners. Unang-una, what are dividend stocks? Dividend stocks are companies that regularly distribute a portion of their profits to shareholders in the form of dividends. You earn money as an investor by simply holding shares of the company. How do dividend stocks work? Dividend stocks pay regular dividends, usually quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Iba-iba ang payment schedule, depende yan sa company. Sa Philippines, walang stock na nagbibigay ng monthly dividends. And before dividends are paid, kailangan ma-approve muna ng company's board of directors. And once na ma-approve, the company will make an announcement. Two important dates that you should remember. Unang-una, ang ex-dividend date. Ex means excluded. You must buy the stock before the ex-dividend date para makatanggap ka ng dividend. If you buy the stock on or after the ex-dividend date, wala kang matatanggap na dividend. So, sa susunod na payout ka na makaka-receive, pag hawak mo pa rin ang dividend stock na binili mo. Pangalawa, payment date. Your dividend will be credited to your account sa broker sa payment date. Ang important dates na ito ay makikita mo sa PSE Edge website. Just go to PSE Edge, Dividends and Rights, and makikita mo dito ang ex-dividend date at payment date ng mga companies na naka-schedule magbigay ng dividends. Before I continue, quick shoutout muna sa mga bagong YouTube channel members ko. Kay Flo Cerebay, Ram Legor, Lailani, Joey So, VA Studio PH, Kuya Elvis, Jonathan, Jeff, Rhea, Justin, Madzi, G. Marian Chris, Joel Tessa, Jocelyn, Ranbanga, Violet Resurgence, Mark, Billy James, and PNPA Chris Bar. Maraming salamat for joining us members and supporting my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. How do dividend stocks work? For example, meron kang 200 shares ng PLDT at ang annual dividend per share, for example, ay 100 pesos. Annual dividends ay 200 shares times dividend per share, which is 100 pesos per share. So, 20,000 pesos. Pero may 10% na withholding tax na mababawas. So, you get a net dividend of 18,000 pesos. Now, pag-usapan naman natin ang benefits of investing sa dividend stocks. Unang-una, you get regular passive income. Dividend-paying stocks provide regular dividend income. So you earn money without working at hindi mo kailangang ibenta ang shares mo para kumita. Ang gagawin mo lang, bibili ka ng shares ng dividend stocks, hold the shares for the long term para makatanggap ka ng dividends regularly. Compounding returns, kapag ni-reinvest mo ang dividends para bumili ka ng more shares, yung mga bagong shares na yon ay kikita rin ng dividends. That's the power of compounding. And over time, you will see exponential growth. Lalo na kung consistent kang nag-i-invest at nire-reinvest mo lahat ng dividends na nakukuha mo. More shares equals more dividends. Downside protection. Even when the market is down and share prices are falling, as long as the company continues to pay dividends, kikita ka pa rin maski down ang market. This can help provide financial stability during market volatility or during bear market. Cons of dividend investing. Karamihan ng mga companies na nagbibigay ng dividends ay mga mature companies na. Stable sila pero hindi na ganun kalaki ang growth potential. Mas mabagal ang growth nila because they distribute part of their profits to shareholders instead of reinvesting everything back into the business. Hindi rin guaranteed ang dividends. Pwedeng mabawasan ang dividend or pwedeng mag-skip ang kumpanya na magbigay ng dividend pag nagkaroon ng company-specific problems or during economic downturns. For example, noong nagka-pandemic, may mga kumpanyang hindi nagbigay ng dividends kasi affected ang earnings and cash flows nila kaya hindi sila nakapagbigay ng dividends. Here are some examples of popular dividend-paying stocks sa Philippines. Companies gaya ng PLDT, Globe, Meralco at Manila Water ay popular dividend stocks kasi they provide essential services tulad ng internet, kuryente at tubig. Dahil kailangan natin ang services nila regardless of economic conditions, mas stable ang cash flow ng mga kumpanyang ito. May mga popular holding companies din gaya ng DMC, NLTG. Itong tatlong companies na ito ay mataas magbigay ng dividends at consistent dividend payer sila. Kaya favorite ng karamihan ng mga dividend investors. Sa bank stocks naman, Metrobank ang pinaka-popular kasi it has strong fundamentals at pinakamataas din magbigay ng dividends among all the banks. Maganda ring isama ang REITs sa dividend portfolio kasi REITs are required by law to distribute at least 90% of their distributable income to shareholders as dividends. Mas predictable ang dividend income ng REITs kasi quarterly ang payout nila. At ang top 3 REITs na favorite ng mga dividend investors ay Ayala Land REIT, Robinsons Land REIT, and Citycorp REIT. How to build a dividend portfolio? Step 1, set your investment goal. Before you start investing, ask yourself, why am I building a dividend portfolio? For example, gusto mo ng monthly passive income pang retirement or pangdagdag cash flow in the future? And how long you want to invest? Pangalawa, understand dividend yield and dividend payout ratio. Dividend yield is a way to measure how much income you earn from a stock in the form of dividends compared to its current share price. Ang formula niya ay annual dividend per share divided by share price times 100. Nag-iiba-iba ang dividend yield depende sa share price ng stock. Siyempre gusto natin ng mas mataas na dividend yield. Pero kailangan maging careful sa pagpili ng mga stocks na may mataas na dividend yield. Avoid yung mga stocks na walang history ng pagbibigay ng consistent dividends. Baka mamaya one time lang yan or hindi na maulit. Minsan naman mataas pala ang dividend yield dahil bumagsak ang stock price. Avoid dividend traps. Dividend payout ratio naman shows how much of a company's earnings are paid out to shareholders as dividends. A high dividend payout ratio means that the company is reinvesting less money back into the business and instead paying out more of its earnings as dividends. Ang formula is payout ratio equals total dividends paid divided by net income times 100. A payout ratio of 60% and below is generally considered healthy and sustainable. Ito ang ideal payout ratio. Pag more than 100% ang dividend payout ratio, hindi sustainable ang dividend. Pero ang REITs, mas mataas ang payout ratio nila compared to dividend stocks as they are required to pay out at least 90% of their distributable income to shareholders as dividends. Pangatlo, understand what makes a good dividend stock. Do your own research before investing in any stock. You should buy good dividend stocks. Check mo ang company financials para malaman mo kung kumikita ba talaga ang kumpanya. Very important na maintindihan kung sustainable ang earnings nila. Kasi our goal is to earn dividends. So, kailangan profitable ang kumpanya para kaya nilang magbayad ng dividends. If you want to learn how to screen stocks to ensure you are buying good stocks, meron na akong dedicated video about that. Hindi ko na i-discuss in this video. I'll put the link in the description below. So make sure to check it out. Buy good dividend stocks na merong consistent dividend history, merong long-term track record of paying dividends, at sustainable ang payout ratio. Meaning hindi nila binibigay lahat ng earnings as dividends at may natitira pa rin para sa growth ng kumpanya. At hindi sila uutang pambayad ng dividends. And the company must have the ability to maintain and or increase dividend payout. Pag nakapili ka na ng stocks na gusto mong bilhin based on your research, then you can start investing. Para makapag-umpisa kang mag-invest, unang-una, kailangan mong mag-open ng account sa broker. Gagamitin mo ang platform ng broker para makabili ka at makapagbenta ka ng stocks. After ma-approve ang account mo, kailangan mong mag-deposit ng fund para makabili ka ng stocks. Hindi naman kailangan malaki agad ang i-deposit mo kasi may mga brokers na 1,000 pesos lang ang minimum deposit. And then, choose the stocks na gusto mong bilhin and dapat mag-invest ka lang sa mga businesses na naintindihan mo. And then, you can start buying stocks. And once nakaka-receive ka na ng dividends, i-reinvest mo lang lahat ng mga dividends to grow your portfolio. Kung wala ka pang account sa broker, pwede kang mag-sign up sa Dragonfly using my referral code MoneyWise. Ilalagay ko ang sign up link sa description below. Meron na akong nagawang tutorial video paano gamitin ang Dragonfly mobile trading app. Nasa description below ang video link. Marami pang ibang brokers other than Dragonfly. Just visit the PSE website. Other brokers na ginagamit ko ay Call Financial, First Metrosec, and BPI Trade. Kung ayaw mong dumiretso sa broker, pwede ka rin mag-invest sa GStocks PH ng GCash or Maya Stocks ng Maya. Pag sa Dragonfly Securities ka mag-open ng account, meron akong signature portfolio sa Dragonfly na pwede mong sundan or kopyahin. Pwede kang bumili ng stocks using my signature portfolio. Ipapakita ko kung paano bumili ng stock using my signature portfolio. Tap Signature Portfolios. Choose MoneyWise Engineers Portfolio. Makikita mo sa full portfolio ang mga dividend stocks na hawak ko, current price and buy below price. Pag ang current stock price ay within the buy below price, it indicates na undervalued ang stock. So, good opportunity to buy pag undervalued ang stock. Kapag sinabing undervalued ang stock, mas mababa ang share price compared sa kanyang intrinsic value. Dito sa within buy range, ito ang mga pasok sa buy below price ko. Dito ka pwedeng bumili ng stocks. Itap mo lang yung next, choose the stock or stocks na gusto mong bilhin, and then indicate the number of shares na bibilhin mo. Tap next and then tap confirm. Common mistakes to avoid when investing sa dividend stocks. Chasing high dividend yield only. Avoid dividend traps. Iwas sa mga high dividend stocks na hindi sustainable ang dividends. Ignoring company fundamentals and panic selling when prices drop. Remember, dividend investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about building a steady, growing income over time. So just stay consistent, be patient, and let your money work for you. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and share to reach a wider audience. Thank you and see you in the next video.